From Cornwall to Birmingham and Johnston and Bexhill, here's Ruben Spar on the radio.
Hello to Flora Fiora. How are you today?
Hi, I'm all right, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for letting me chat to you today. So, can you tell me what was it like going into the recording studio when you first went there?
I mean, I was really excited and really nervous all at the same time because it was a completely new experience for me. Being quite young and like going into a professional studio, it was really exciting.
So, can you tell me more about your debut single called Victim and the Villain?
Yeah, so Victim and Villain, it came out in 2022. I wrote that song myself in my living room on my little piano, and my producer mentor, Jonathan Jowitt, he gave me this poem by a wonderful poet called Lenny Penny. She lives in Scotland and she smashed. I've got her book here actually, it's really good. She just like makes all these poems and stuff, and he handed me this poem, and it was about sexual abuse and rape, and I took it as a challenge to really capture this poem and turn it into something that I could understand and put out to the people that knew me. So yeah, that's what that song's about. That's how I started writing the song. Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about your mentor, Jonathan JJ?
Yeah.
Jowitt.
So Jonathan Jowitt.
Jowitt, yeah.
Yeah, I met him through doing my music GCSE at school. So that's how I met him. I first started working with him to do my composition for GCSE, which was a while ago. And since then we kind of just clicked and started working together. So what we do is I will write a song by myself and then I will send it over to him. He'll take a look and then we'll work together on the production of it. So I'll head over to the studio and we'll just lay down some tracks and figure out some instrumentation. And he also helps me a lot with marketing and stuff like that. So we create all of the album cover work and other PR photos together. So that's another thing we do. And he helps me with distribution as well. He's very good with his statistics, basically. And I was very lucky to have met him, honestly, because I wouldn't have been able to release a lot of my music without him, which is kind of cool.
So, can you tell me more about CJC Promotions? Because I know you, she's doing some work with you.
She is, yeah. So JJ actually got me the promotion with her for my birthday, which was really cool because I don't really know how they got to know each other, but it was a surprise to me. She's been promoting my song Stars in various radios across various places. And ever since then, I've been seeing a few stats rise and some more followers come in, which is really cool. So thank you for that, CJC. But yeah, I've never met her in person, but we do keep in contact over Facebook, which is nice.
So, can you tell me more about the single that released called Face to Face?
So Face to Face, gosh, I wrote that one when I was 13. I wrote that one when I was 13. I think I was in lockdown, COVID-19 lockdown at the time. And I wrote that one about just wishing to see a little bit more of the world, needing to understand the people that I was communicating with on the phone, because I was just so bored of being by myself. I wanted to be more than just a screen. So I wrote that one, yeah. And it was interesting because I didn't really understand my own music when we wrote that one. I was still figuring myself out, and I still am. So when I wrote that and we produced that, it was an interesting experience because it was also new. And I think writing and producing that one really helped to navigate who I was as an artist. So I think at that point we were definitely just trying out some genres, some instrumentation, what kind of brand I was with the art and stuff. So yeah, that was Face to Face.
So where do you get your inspiration for songwriting?
So I remember watching lots of documentaries of singer-songwriters, like Taylor Swift and Shawn Mendes. I definitely watched them and looked at them and thought, that's really cool. I love the way they live and the things they create. And I just, from there, I kind of, deep down, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. But I never really picked up a pen and started writing until COVID-19. And then from there, I looked to Taylor Swift and Olivia Rodrigo and Fleetwood Mac, oddly, for some inspiration. Yeah.
So can you tell me more about I Know?
So, I already know. That is one of my favorites. That song was a breakthrough moment for me because I think at that point I properly gripped my teeth into music. At that point, I mean, I already kind of knew that I was gonna do it and it was what I wanted to do, but at that point I became confident in myself. So I already know is about two people just not working out. Two people, they can't love each other anymore, and you have to watch those two people figure it out by themselves. You can't help them, and that hurts. But it's just something that some people go through. So I wrote a song about it, and it was one of those moments that songwriting helped me as an artist to process what I was thinking and feeling in that moment, which I think a lot of songwriters use their music for. So that was why I already know is one of my favorites, as well as the production. Producing that song was such a lovely, smooth experience. It was great.
So can you tell me more about your latest single called Stars?
Yeah, so Stars is, oh gosh, that's possibly my favorite one so far, I think, because it's so upbeat and driving. It's, long story short, it's kind of about being in love. Yeah, star-crossed lovers. The funny way that one came about was I was actually in a car on the way to a 5 Seconds of Summer concert with my mum and my friend and her mum. So we were in the back seat, and she grabbed my notebook because I was just scribbling down some random words and whatnot. She grabbed my notebook and she just drew a picture of a planet and a star. She said, write a song about this. So I did, and she gave me some pointers of like, can you write a song about people that, like, in the Big Bang, their essences like cross past each other, and that would mean they're meant to be. So I wrote a song about that and based it off a few of my own experiences and feelings, and that was Stars.
So are you working on any new music?
Indeed, I am. We are working on, gosh, a ton of new music. We've got a few singles planning to come out either late summer of this year or early autumn next year, which is exciting. I don't think I've had this much music lined up in one go. So the biggest one for me that we've definitely is in the release plan is an EP to come out in autumn, which is a small tiny album of 4 songs, which I love to bits. There's just, don't know how much I can tell you, but I'm gonna just say that it's just an ongoing theme of figuring things out and just talking to yourself about what's right for you, what's right for the people around you. It's kind of about growing up and finding yourself, because that's what I'm doing. It's also about messing up, because that's what you've got to do to figure yourself out. And yeah, about losing yourself and finding yourself again. So that's my EP.
So can you tell me more about any future gigs you got coming up? So I know you mentioned some earlier on.
Yeah, so gig wise, we're deep in festival season at the moment. Coming up, well, talk about what I've just done. I've just done Coventry Motor Festival on the BBC Introducing stage, which was my debut on BBC Introducing Live, if you say that. So that was really fun. That was on Saturday. And just gone was Witchwood Festival at Cheltenham Racecourse. So that's my first ever proper big music festival, and I played on the second stage, and that was so much fun. On my Instagram I put a few pictures and clips up, and it was honestly electric. Like, it went by so quickly, but it was really fun. Anyway, gigs coming up this weekend. On Sunday 8th of June I am at Appfest Somerset. There will be more information to come out on my Instagram sooner or later. And then after that it's going to be Appfest Gloucestershire, which is held in Tewkesbury. So it's held by the same people, but there'll be different acts playing. And then the big ones for me, I've got Phoenix Festival, which is in Cirencester. That's on August 24th. And then on August 25th, I am playing at Alex James's Feastable, which is a massive tick in a box for me, because I've been going to that festival for 2 years. And every time I've gone, I look at the little stages and I'm like, I'm going to play here. I'm going to play that one day. And now I am, which is really exciting. So I'm really looking forward to that one.
So, can you tell me, how has it been an independent artist for you?
Being an independent artist, it's really exciting, because I can make a lot of the decisions myself, creatively and economically, which is nice. But I have this team of people that I know really, really well. So family and friends that I've made through doing this. So that's what's great too. And it also means that, not that I get to do this all by myself, but in a sense, it's nice for me to feel like I've come this far with just the team that I have. So I'm proud of that. Also, it means that I can release my music when and however I want to, which is lovely. So yeah, being an independent artist is great, but it's also kind of worrying, because you also see all these people like, oh, I've just been signed to this label, and oh, I'm really big and I'm gonna go viral, and then they go viral because they're signed to this big label. So that's kind of intimidating, but I'm happy where I am right now.
So finally, can you tell my listeners, where can they find you on your social media?
So I'm most active on Instagram. My Instagram is Flora Fiora Music. That's FLORA FIORA Music, all one word. And then TikTok as well, which is the same handle for my Instagram. TikTok is the same thing, Flora Fiora Music. So that's my socials. And if you want to stream my music, you can stream it anywhere you want. I'm on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Deezer, iTunes, name it, I'll be there. Just Flora Fiora, and I should come up. So give it a stream, please. That would be great.
Thank you for letting me chat to you today.
Thank you for having me, Ruben.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too.
Goodbye. Goodbye.